Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Crusader Kings III Tours and Tournaments. So I hope everybody had an excellent weekend. The first thing we're going to be doing in today's episode is we're going to go and arrange a marriage for our eldest son. So I was thinking that the game would not allow us to arrange a marriage for him just because I couldn't find him, or I couldn't find that option here. We only had this option, which means you can arrange a marriage for him with somebody who's in your court. But we couldn't do the find spouse option. However, if we know who we want to arrange a marriage with, then we will have our eldest son as an option. We're gonna marry him off to Elizabeth, Countess Elizabeth here. So her sister is the one who inherited the main Anjou title, but since they were just counts, she is independent of her sister and directly underneath the king. And remember, she's already married. She would be preferable, although she's actually older. But you do know her traits, but she's already married to Prince Robert the Old. They haven't been married for very long, but they don't have any children yet. So if we were to remove her, then her sister would inherit her title, and thus that'd be two counties that would be added to our sons. I suppose these titles would go to his children, our grandchildren. But yeah, let's go and arrange the marriage for him and for her, and you can see that they will accept it. We can't do a grand wedding because we need a bit more gold in order to do so, and we don't need it in order to actually be able to pay for the wedding, simply because they're not going to be getting married for several years. I think they're both the same age, so this kind of works out nicely here. They're both 12, so we wouldn't need to actually do the marriage for several years, so we could save up for it. But yeah, we can't even do it just because we have so little money. They won't allow us to promise the grand wedding. So we won't have the grand wedding. Let's just arrange this now before she gets married to somebody else or gets betrothed to somebody else, and then we miss this opportunity. So once that's accepted, we'll get that alliance, of course. And then we're just going to go ahead and work to getting rid of her sister now before she has children, before Prince Robert is successful in, putting his dynasty on these titles. So yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of her now with our intrigue focused character here, and we'll see if we're successful. It looks like she has several people who want to see her removed, so therefore we got a pretty good chance of success immediately. We're also already supporting schemes here, so we don't need to change over to that. So yeah, we'll work on doing that, getting her sister those titles. So that's interesting. We'll take a look at this in a minute. Let's first get our first perk in the torture tree. I guess it's our second because we started with one of them here. So we could do this one here. I generally don't find much value in the bonuses for stress level, because how often do you sit at a higher stress level? The Dark Insights, 50% chance that you'll gain either intrigue or prowess when you torture somebody. Again, we're not going to see our character torturing a lot of people. I don't really think it fits his personality. It's got to be, it's got to be a situation where it makes sense. But if we did torture anybody, we'd get that bonus. So this is for our son. He's looking to have this character educate him. I mean, he's fine, I guess. But yeah, we're not going to allow that. So we're going to tell the king no. And I think the key reason why he's doing this here is because it would result in him becoming French culture. So we're going to decline that. Irritate the king. We got our own plans. And we did just get a bunch of stress because unfortunately our mother drank herself to death. Remember, she was down here in Aragon, though she's lost 3 husbands. So I can see why she would be upset. It's interesting that she was a drunkard and she was athletic. So she drank and then go for a run, I suppose. But yeah, her son's had a lot of titles go down to him. Of course, we're the highest ranking, but a lot of counts here. Oh, there's a baron as well. So her sons did not inherit the main title here. That's Sancho. That is now the king of Aragon. Alright, so we're going to actually turn this up to speed 5 here. Just try and make a little bit more progress. Remember, I'd like to declare war here, but we do need more money. Now, this probably wouldn't be that difficult of a conflict as long as our son helped us out in it. And our son did learn the other French language. That's excellent. Okay, so that's what we wanted anyways. So I'm glad that worked out well. So this is the last character trait for our son, Duke Guilhem. So right now it's the callous one. So he'd be fickle, gregarious, and callous. And that's an interesting one. You know, you're kind of the bad guy. You can kind of play as a bad guy. Somebody's heartless, cold-blooded, indifferent to other people. I don't know if that fits that well with his gregarious. So other options would be arrogant or compassionate. Maybe arrogant. That meme he's got here. He seems kind of like an arrogant fellow. This is a glorious meme he's got, this haircut. Yeah, I think arrogant. That's always fun to play as. Somebody who has no problem with their sense of worth. And there is a bonus for arrogant, despite it being overall negative traits. I mean, you're getting extra prestige, that's helpful. So yeah, I think we're going to go with that one. Could also do compassionate. I suppose that might make sense for this character as well. Let's go arrogant. Alright, so those are the final traits for our son and heir. Fickle, gregarious, and arrogant. Should be a fun character to play as, if we do in fact end up playing as him. Again, situations can always change here. So here's our attempt to assassinate the Countess. And it looks like we were successful, and nobody knows of our involvement. We've got a lot of murders to our name now. So you can see, yeah, we've killed quite a few characters under mysterious circumstances, so a lot of potential secrets that could be used against us if anybody looked into us. One thing I did want to do, now that we're no longer using our spy master there, is let's look for secrets in our capital. You never know what kind of secrets you might find in your capital. Secrets on your spouse, find out one of your kids isn't actually yours. All kinds of things you can discover. What are these alliances here? Okay, those are just with those brothers. Got it. That's over here in Aragon. We don't want to get pulled down into any of those conflicts. Alright, so hidden knowledge. So maintaining a spy network across the realm on behalf of King Philip has its perks. I frequently discover things I'm not even looking for. Evidence of Count Fouquet's secret, for example. So we can tell the king, or we can keep the secret for our own use. So this is this count over here. He has 3 counties in total. So the king could end up using that against him. But we could also use it against him. So you could like force a marriage if you wanted to. It's not a whole lot that we could do with it. Unless we were like wanting to start up a faction against the king. In which case you could use it to force him into that faction. You could use it to get control of his son, for instance. Make him your ward. You know, he has these 2 daughters here that one of them's already married. Yeah, there's a lot of things you could do with it, I suppose, but I don't know. Do we want to? Yeah, I think we're gonna keep it to ourselves. And then what we'll do is go ahead and blackmail him immediately, just so I don't forget that we have this here. He'll be unhappy about it, but now we have that hook on him. Yeah, I don't know if we'll use it. Perhaps. Let's see where the situation takes us. So he was not able to find any secrets in our capital. That's okay. We're gonna say, keep on looking. There's got to be some secrets in Toulouse, right? So we do have a bit of a war chest if we want to go ahead and declare war. And I think we'll go ahead and do that now. To get this county, we probably won't be keeping it for ourselves. This is really just increasing our domain here, taking care of a neighbor up on our borders, and just putting somebody underneath us. So yeah, we'll go ahead and declare war. Remember, he does have a similar number of troops unless we get the assistance of our allies, which you'd assume they would both join, in which case we'll outnumber him considerably. And of course, he's got 2 allies as well. So yeah, we're going to be doing it for that county there. It's going to cost us 125 prestige. And then we'll want to pull in our allies into this conflict. So we want to call both Elizabeth, and we'll pull in our son as well. And it looks like they both will accept that, as you'd expect they would. And then let's move our troops over to here, and then get them raised up. Slow this down a bit. And of course, our son has joined. Excellent. Just one more day. And we're going to want to leave this guy in charge, Pierre Raymond. And she has accepted as well. So basically, we're going to vastly outnumber them in this conflict. Now he has, okay, I was going to say he has not raised his troops up. He raised them up here, realized he can't get away, so we'll just better get his army defeated here immediately, and then we'll go after his capital, and this should hopefully be a nice, quick conflict. Didn't we just get a perk? Well, we got another one already. All right, excellent. So let's go and go for the Divine Retribution, so you do not lose piety or clergy opinion from torturing or executing others. That's pretty helpful if you want to keep your piety up. And he's pulling in his allies as well. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure why he tried to take off right there. If you're going to leave, why didn't you leave when you had the chance? And ooh, what happened? Did one of our knights, did our knight die? No, that's the other title. Yeah, it's like it's still around. Clearly, again, this is a bug. Very strange. But yeah, I brought this guy in who wasn't... Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened here. Okay, whatever. Again, it's that title's been done away with. I'm not entirely sure how to fix that bug. Might just be stuck with it for the campaign, unfortunately. So we did slay this guy in the combat. We'll take a look and see exactly how things went down. Of course, our acclaimed knight did the best. This is the knight that died here. Who killed him, though? It was the mayor. And our own knight here was killed by this knight here, Paul de Provence. Alright, so now we're doing the siege. Though it's a very high fort level, so we don't actually have enough troops. So we need some of our allied troops to come over here and assist us in this siege. Because yeah, our troop numbers are just too low here. So it's going to be really slow. I mean, it's really not too bad. I would say like, yeah, I mean, about a year and a half, unfortunately. And this is probably a conflict our king is currently in. Yeah. So he's heavily involved in Scandinavia over here, as we've seen. Alright, so they have put their troops together to get a reasonably sized army of 1,200. Our allies are coming to assist us with the siege, so that should, well, maybe not. Looks like they have a rather large fort here. What level fort is this? It's level 4. Okay. We'll still get it completed in 9 months here. And then our son is taking out the other location. So again, this war should be over fairly quickly. And then one thing I'd like to do... Oh, we got high crown law now. Okay, so now we'll owe more in taxes and levies. And just overall, the king has more power over us. And did not find any secrets again? No. Let's do it one more time. If there's any secrets in Toulouse, they must be discovered. And did our marshal finish up his task of increasing control of Toulouse? He did. Okay. So currently we have him doing the organized army. And I suppose that's probably the best route for us right now. We're not going to be doing much more battles where we need the combat bonuses. Really just need to decrease the amount of money we're paying for our expensive army here. So once these 2 sieges are done, which this one will be done first here in 3 months. This one's going to be 6 more months. That'll be the end of the conflict. Now we did get some gold, so that's helpful. Excellent. Our steward here has earned us 50 gold plus a beneficial modifier in the province. So that's nice. They finish up their siege in 7 months, so not quick enough. Nor would that probably be enough to do much once you take over both of these counties here. That should be 100%. We'll see just how high it gets with this one finishing up here. I guess since we're not doing battles, we can go and speed it up a little bit. Get the war done quicker. Second is up to 56%, so yeah, this one here will be the end of them. And it looks like they're going to engage them in battle. Our son is. Now, given he's not leading his own troops, still just a boy. And our allies leaving to go assist. And that was a defeat. Wow. Okay. Unexpected. So here's an event for the traits of our second son. which just is a very good trait for him to have. But we're trying to get him, trying to have him be as good of a Christian as possible, so he'll want to go to the church. That's why we're raising him, but of course, you don't have full control over that. It's entirely based off these events, so maybe he ends up being a terrible Christian. But as of right now, just would be a fine trait. So yeah, we'll go with that one. The other options would have been greedy or callous. So yeah, we'll go with the just trait here. And we'll just have to see how he develops. Alright, so with that, the war is over. We did seize one of his artifacts as well. It's a court artifact though, so not really any use to us as long as we don't have a royal crown. And we probably don't need the prisoners. So we did seize control of him, and we don't really need him to win this war, so could always ransom him and then finish the war. Because remember, once we make peace, he'll be let go. So because, you know, he's a valuable prisoner. So that would be one option, to ransom him off first before we let him go. Another option would be to just get rid of him, and then his heir will succeed to his 2 titles, kind of getting rid of a potential threat, because in fact we just took 2 of his counties. I believe he was the one reigning here. Yeah, Count Robert IV, that was definitely him. So yeah, this will be the 2nd of his counties that we've taken from him. So you could just get rid of him here, and you gain dread, and we have fair reason, so no one would think that we're a tyrant, but we would, of course, piss off his whole family. So that's something to consider. We're not going to torture the guy. I don't think that makes sense. He's not a rival or anything, so yeah, I don't think we would torture him. So those are really the 2 options. Could also just get a hook on him, I suppose. That would always be an option as well. Really, it's just the 50 gold, or execute him, so that he's no longer a threat. I don't know, because I feel like, well, it's one thing for us to be assassinating people, you know, as an intrigue-focused character. Would we just kill somebody that we have in our dungeon? Yeah, I don't know that we'd just kill them like that. And it's one thing using intrigue. Again, I feel like that's different than killing people in your dungeon who you captured in battle. It's not really the same thing. So you know what, guys? Let's just ransom him off. Even though getting rid of him as a threat would be helpful, I'm not entirely sure that makes the most sense. So let's go into it and negotiate his release, although we want to ransom him. So let's want to ransom him for the 50 gold. And we should still have the 100%. Let's see how we ransom him off to get the money. And then we can go ahead and finish the war now. And that'll get us the title. Alright, so now we have this county here with the control sitting at 0. Development's only 8. I feel like this county's probably better. If we just look at the buildings, he might have more stuff here at this point. Yeah, he's gotten a few things constructed. Yeah, there's some good money here. So we could give up a different location, but remember we also have to increase the control here, which takes time. It could take quite a while, actually. This is not a duchy location. I do like that it has the high level fort, though. Though now it's only level 3. Yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and get rid of that one, guys. Just so you don't have to spend all the time to get the control up. Yeah, you got upset peasants here as well. Yeah, let's just grant this one out. Now the question is who to give it up to, because we don't have an obvious choice here with our brother, as we did before, when we gave him our county. So I think it's got to be a knight. Yeah, I think we should grant it out to a knight. So you have your acclaimed knight here. And acclaimed knights can't be counts. So if we give this to him, then it would remove him as the acclaimed knight. They got to be baron or lower. And he is an older fellow. He's poor health. He's still really good with the prowess, though. Yeah, not bad. He hasn't gotten any of the penalties yet due to old age. So there's no reason why we can't just keep him in place. However, I think it does make sense that you reward your older knights with territory and people who have served you for a while. Unlike this guy here, obviously he has not served us for very long, and he's in that acclaimed knight position now. Other options. This is a count, so it's got to be somebody who doesn't already have a title. We got our caravan master here, so he'd be a choice as well. Here's our commander, so he's been serving us for a little while, but yeah, I just don't think it makes sense to give it to anybody else. This guy's it's time for him to retire. He served us as a good knight. This is another thing I haven't been making use of. We need to do this. So we're gonna do that in a minute. Not with this character, but with another one. The spar with the knight. I completely forgot about that. I was doing that like crazy in my my first playthrough with the tours and tournaments. I was doing it with every knight I could as soon as the cooldown allowed me to. It's pretty useful for ticking up your prowess, and it makes sense as well that you'd spar with your knights. But yeah, let's go ahead and grant this title to him. I think it makes the most sense that we reward our acclaimed knight here, and of course that will invalidate his position. We should probably take a look at who's taking over this position. I believe we have somebody. Let me just double check. Yeah, we have the caravan master. He's the next one to succeed to this position here. And if I'm not mistaken, he does not fit the manipulator. So he'll just be the reeve. Now there is another character here, this baron, but he's even worse. So yeah, this is probably not the best option considering the fact that he has the good prowess. And really, you probably just want to keep him in this position. But based on the way I do this, I do try and reward our better knights. And so we're going to do that even though we have this new acclaimed knight system. We're still going to grant out the titles to better knights when they're getting older. So yeah, let's go and grant this to him. He'll become our vassal. He'll probably arrange himself a marriage. Another thing I wanted to do was to go through some of our knights and just see if any of them are characters we might want to arrange a marriage for. So he'll get removed from this position eventually here. Yeah, if they don't have a spouse, we're looking for people who aren't counts. Like this character, 38 years old. Served us as both a caravan master and a knight. So if we have anybody to arrange a marriage for him within our court, which we do not, we can always just look for a spouse out there as well. And in these type of marriages, these knightly marriages, the only thing that really matters, other than making sure that the woman doesn't have a title, so then you don't lose your knight, is that they have an inheritable trait. That's really all that matters. We do want her to be, not lowborn, since this knight is not lowborn. So we wouldn't disrespect him by marrying him into a lowborn woman. So she has a great trait for a knight. She is a bit older though, so I don't know if they'll have children in time. Could do a younger woman. But yeah, she's a good choice. You know what? Let's just hope that maybe they have children, some albino children perhaps. So yeah, let's do that. Let's send out that proposal. And then there are some younger ladies, so we can look for like a younger character like this one here. And since he's a lowborn, we can actually remove the requirement that this not be a lowborn woman. We just want the inheritable trait here. Alright, so let's base this off of, I don't know, I guess you could base it off of prowess. Then try and get somebody who's got a trait that's beneficial for knights. You know, I'm really thinking Athelflaed, because she's got that genius trait. So she'd be a good option. She's a year younger than him. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe we'll get a line of geniuses here. So we're going to arrange that marriage. And then if we have any other good knights here, which they got to be a decent knight, which this guy's not, but he's married anyways. Yeah, I think that's it. We got two of our knights married. We can also go ahead and disband our army. Alright, so the marriage was accepted. Alright, excellent. Oh yeah, she now holds both of these counties. And they'll get married here in just a year. And of course, we do have that new successor. We lost all the glory there because of the fact that our current successor didn't fit well with the secondary trait there. So that'll actually be changed now. And now it's fanatic. So the fanatic one gives Zealous Vassal of Hyatt. I suppose this makes sense for our character that we have a zealous character here. The piety cost of holy wars will be reduced. Joining holy wars provides piety. It's, very much fitting for our character here, and it's fine with the name as well, Knight of St. Lazarus. So currently this character is set to inherit the title, and he is not very good. So I think we're going to remove him. Now, because there's a potential successor, we can't seek a worthy one, but yeah, I do not want him succeeding to this. He's not worthy of the title. It's just not good enough. Even our current knight here, his prowess skill could be better. So yeah, what I was thinking about doing here is let's go through our knights and find one that we're going to want to duel. So we want somebody who's, we're a brave character, so he doesn't have to be, worse than us. Some characters, especially a cowardly character, probably wouldn't use this mechanic at all. Some characters might want to duel people who are not as good as them. I don't really want to duel this guy because he's a peasant leader. Let's go ahead and spar with our caravan master and acclaimed knight here. So let's go and spar with him. He actually has the same prowess as we do. And so yeah, this is the same as the regular duels. It's just basically the first blood here. So we're going to see a lot of the same events here. So let's just pick our options that we want to go with. And we're going to go with a blow for my axe and a kick to the gut. A very high chance of success. Also a low stress because we're brave. We actually have a lot of stress currently. Alright, so he went with a option that gave him a low chance of success. And yeah, I'm not going to read through all these simply because this is not even a real fight. So let's go with this option. And we're actually defeated. Okay. So if we are a vengeful character, we might want to go with that option there, but we are not. But we did get wounded in this battle. It happens. See, we got a scar here. So hopefully we heal all right from that. But it's a risk of doing that. But I feel like our brave character would be sparring with his knights. And then you get the bonus here. Now they are temporary, they only last 10 years. But it'll increase our prowess and knight effectiveness. So yeah, we really should have been doing that. Also, our doctor's fantastic, so he treated that immediately. It worked out well. Oops, damn, we missed something there. Probably this hunt here. Yeah, that's a shame. Again, it's just part of having the faster speed on. You miss options. We do have people in our dungeon, or we have a countess in our dungeon. So I was going to ransom her off for the 24 gold. I'm curious which... Oh, okay, that's Count Robert's wife. So yeah, let's go ahead and ransom her off for the 25 gold. That would be helpful. And then we're going to construct a building. Our son Raymond did come of age. You saw a notification up there that he is now the head of the culture because, he's got far more territory than we do for this culture. So let's see, how did he do? He's a charismatic negotiator. All right, excellent. So he did pretty well with his education. Not the perfect level, but not bad considering who was his tutor. It could have been much, much worse. So yeah, he did pretty good. It gives him that 6+ diplomacy. I don't think it's been added to this yet because his diplomacy was 10 before he got that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it just hasn't been added to it. But you can see that he already has a problem here with compulsive spending. So he already got some stress. So now he's a compulsive spender. Well, that's interesting. That'll be, yeah, that'll be a mechanic that'll impact us in the roleplay if we do, in fact, end up playing as that character. So again, we didn't find any secrets, so let's just stop looking for secrets here in Toulouse. Clearly, there's no secrets in the capital. So our son is now of age, and he should eventually end up losing his regent, though I imagine she might be entrenched to a degree. So his betrothed comes of age in September. That ransom was accepted, excellent, and we do have an invitation for a hunt, which is right next to us. So yeah, that'll definitely be one we want to go ahead and participate in. Let's go ahead and travel over to that. And then so we need to spend our money as well. So I think we're good with all the current buildings we have. We just want to get them upgraded now. So we're a little short on upgrading these. Now we could also construct another building here. That'd be an option as well. So construct, let's see what we might want to get here. Really need something that produces more money or a bonus for the the archers that are currently here. I think we had decided we were going to do... Yeah, that's right. We've already decided we're going to do the stables here. Yeah, we really need to get stables, guys. To get the superior mounts travel option, that'd be really helpful. So we're going to go ahead and build that. Now, the stables are not going to help us with money, but we'll get more levies. And we'll want to change up the troops that are stationed here. And so that I don't forget, we're going to actually go ahead and do that now. As y'all know, I'm going to forget to do so. So I was going to have them stationed here. Alright, excellent. Alright, so heading off to the hunt. Which again is not very far away. So we are currently set to recreation, and we're probably going to leave it on that. Considering the fact that we have a lot of stress right now. What we really need after the death of our mother is just a bit of time to relax on a nice hunt. So that's what we're going to do. Here's the current guest at the hunt. Yeah, we'll leave it on recreation, guys. Could change it up to slay the beast, but let's just enjoy ourselves. Alright, so we're heading off to the hunt now, and looking for deer. So hopefully the hunt is successful, but of course our main concern is just a little bit of relaxation. Alright, so let's go. And we got a bit of a hunter experience here in this first event. So we can hardly keep up with the blasted beast as it darts and weaves through the tall grass, barking wildly, scaling a rise and disappearing into a dense thicket. The row was gone as quickly as it appeared, with only panting dogs and sweating horses to show for it. So the hunt, with its low chance of success, was not successful. So not surprising. But the worst part is that we didn't really reduce our stress at all. Now we did get some experience, only 5, because this was a pitiful hunt. Well, we did get the prestige. It didn't take very long either, so, and a little bit of experience. It wasn't a complete waste of time, but yeah, it didn't go well either. So yeah, we just got this new court artifact here, which we can't use without our own court. Those are just not useful. So we're going to vent about a wolf struggle. So we've seen this one before. And so yeah, we're just going to do the same option we've been going for. This man deserves my help. And unfortunately, we were not successful this time. He got mauled by the wolf. He died, and we got wounded again. Although I'm not actually seeing... Yeah, we already lost it because of the successful wound treatment. He's been a fantastic doctor. Alright, and now we arrive back home. Far from home, a stranger is brought before me. He has been waiting outside the castle gates for a week, my liege, my guard informs me. The man bows deeply. My name is Andre, your highness. I have traveled far and wide and seen many things, but my family and I are weary of the road. If you allow us to stay, I will happily share my knowledge of the world with you and be your loyal servant. Alright, so this guy's got a pretty good martial here, pretty good prowess, so he would, a decent prowess I should say. So he would end up being one of our knights, most likely. Okay, so he's from far away. I mean, it makes sense. He did say he's from far, he's traveled far and wide. So our options here are embrace God, and this will be your home. We'll get a weak hook on him, and he'll become courtier, and he'll convert to Catholicism. So we'll force him to convert. I think that's clearly going to be the choice we're going to go with as a zealous character. The more the merrier. We'll gain a lot of stress because we're zealous. We'll get a strong hook on him rather than just a weak hook, since we didn't demand that he converts. Or we say we have no room for the likes of you. No, we would want to bring him into Catholicism. Alright, so now we have a hook on him, and he did become a knight. Wasn't sure with that level 10 prowess if he would be or not, but he is. So he's now serving us as a knight. Alright, excellent. So still trying to sway the bishop here. No success, but at least he's in the positive, so he's giving us some money and levies now at this point. And a faction was created against King Philip. And that's the guy who we have a strong hook on. The Count. Interesting. That's a Liberty faction. We're not going to get involved in the Liberty factions, though. So our son did marry Countess Elizabeth. Alright, excellent. He's now wounded as well. Alright. Not sure how that happened. So how old is our wife? She's 33. We only have 2 sons so far. That's it. Yeah, I want to romance her, but Yeah, if this is not successful, we might just go ahead and do it. We have not had a lot of success dealing with our bishops in this campaign. Yeah, a lot of trouble with them so far. I mean, if they have any children, then, you know, they would split up the inheritance of these two counties. And they would all be underneath the Duke as well. Alright, so we can do the Grand Tour. We don't want to do that right now. I feel like we need to keep on investing in buildings and men-at-arms right now. So we need to get another perk. We're getting that Thriving in Chaos. Which again doesn't really help us. Generally doesn't help us. Because we usually don't have the stress levels. You know, you usually get an event. Gives you options to get rid of any stress that you have. Could invite knights to the capital if we wanted to spend money on that. I don't really think that's one of the best use of our funds right now. I think really what we need to be doing is, because we could get more men-at-arms, and we do need them, but the problem is we don't really have the money to pay them at the moment. You know, we're not doing great financially. And so what our best option would be improve any buildings, such as this one here. The hamlets is 250 though. Doesn't generate a ton of money. You get extra holding taxes, 1%, plus the 0.3 per month. So it takes a long time just to pay itself off. So that would be an option. Yeah, neither one of these are buildings that are going to generate more money. We actually were able to swim. All right, excellent. And we got our next trade event for Guilhem. And this would be humble. He currently has that. Good trait for a member of the clergy. Could do deceitful or honest. We'll just stick with the humble. Either one of these would result in us going critical on the stress level too, because we are sitting near the top. We're at 75 currently. Character's a bit stressed out at the moment. Well, we are invited to a feast. That'd be a good way for us to relieve some stress. This is our half-brother, Jourdain. So yeah, let's go and travel over to his feast. And as far as what we want to do here, probably just recreation, guys. Yeah, we're going to do recreation. So we'll set off and just try and reduce some of the stress. So of travels to come. Is this the one that we've seen? Yeah, 3 times. So we'll just keep on doing the same event, burning this guy. Seal the tent and have this witch burned. And we'll gain stress. But less than we would have because we're zealous. And then it gets us that piety and the dread. What's our dread currently sitting at? 46. Alright, so we've made it to the feast. And have we had any feast yet? Don't recall. Have we been to feast? I feel like other than the one in the beginning up here, that's the only feast I recall. There probably was a couple more. There had to be a few more feasts, right? But we've done a lot of hunting. Alright, so every guest is here, so now the feast is actually beginning. Also, we completed those small stables. Alright, excellent. So that'll be helpful for the traveling. Yeah, that'd be really nice. Also giving that bonus to the light cav there, giving their increased damage in pursuit. Got more levies as well. Alright, so the first feast event is a pleasing atmosphere. Is there anything more jovial than a good feast? Guests throng to and fro, eating and chatting while flickering torchlight plays off every wall. Light bouncing like laughter around the hall. Coordinating so many people and servants is an underappreciated task, one with no small degree of subtle difficulty to it, and it's pleasing to see it done well. Sometimes it's nice to simply sit back and enjoy the little things in life. So this first option, this is where I want to be, is the one that would result in the most stress loss, which remember is our goal for this feast, to just kind of relax a little bit. They say good folk to mingle with here, and that would result in a little bit of stress loss, but mostly going to boost the opinion with everybody who has at least one trait in common with us. Or we could say a chance to be seen with the great and the good, and we'll gain prestige. Yeah, I don't think our traits would say we'd do any of these specifically, and our goal here is, of course, to relax, so we're going to go with that option. That helps relieve a lot of the stress we are currently dealing with. That lady over there is refilling a tightly grasped glass for the 3rd time since joined by their spouse, a relationship on the brink of collapse. That lady on the other side of the hall is wearing the same boots as yesteryear, financial troubles, Everyone is hiding something, and with a practiced eye, even the smallest of details will show you the whole picture. So this is one you get whenever you're doing the intrigue lifestyle. It gives you 100 intrigue lifestyle experience points, and you get this nice little modifier here. But yeah, you see it for almost every feast when you're doing that, that lifestyle. A surprise oath. What did I promise last night? Oh, okay, so did we just give him a hook? I think so. I cannot remember what led up to it, but I do remember slapping the back of my vassal Count Pierre, telling him that I would do anything he asked of me. Now rumors about the oath I swore. Now rumors abound of the oath I swore. So we could say it was just drunken ramblings, and everybody would actually gain opinion of us. Or we can give him the hook, which he'll almost surely use to force himself. I cannot seem to click on this guy. But almost surely use to force himself on the council, most likely. Well, we're not a particularly honest character. We're not a liar either. We are diligent. That's why we always do our duty, but I don't know. Running your mouth when you're drunk isn't really your duty. But if we were an honest character, we'd have to say a promise is a promise no matter what. That's not the case. So why would we give him a hook? We're just going to go with, it was a drunken rambling, which is exactly what it was. We're drinking and we said things we didn't mean. I'm just surprised we didn't actually lose opinion there. Because, we didn't keep with our word, or the things that we said. So all over my new shirt, we could all tell that Count Ricard had too much to drink, even though he insisted on showing us how sober he was. Simply rising from his seat proved to be too much for him, and now I'm covered in stinking vomit. Well, that would be quite upsetting. So we could say you ought to be ashamed of yourself, Ricard. Higher standards of courtesy, increasing prestige. He'll lose 150 prestige. He'll be upset with us. Or we say, ha, what a show you put on. And yeah, as a diligent character, we wouldn't say that, so we will not. Brave might result in you saying that, I don't know. I don't think so. We'll just go with this option here, guys. I imagine we'd be upset getting the vomit all over us. So here's the toast event, and the toast is to me. So, Jourdain toasted to us. It's a lovely moment, one that I've rather been looking forward to all evening. It comes and goes too swiftly. Were we the special guest for this? I didn't even see that if we were. But yeah, we'll say it's nice to be appreciated. We'll increase opinion with our brother and lose some stress. And of course, just because of this, we get the 150 prestige and the highly esteemed, increasing our monthly prestige. So yeah, it's nice to be appreciated. Alright, so it's time to go. And we lost more stress and progress towards the eager reveler trait. Finish up that feast. Alright, so we completed our objective there, guys. We relaxed a bit, which our character desperately needed. And we've arrived back home. And another hunt event. This one clearly is not in our own land, though. It's way up here. So that would take us 45 days to get to. But man, do we like to hunt, so I think we're going to go ahead and participate in this. So we're getting a 1% bonus from our domain. That's from the horses there. The stable. I was thinking we could do the superior mounts, but that's not the case. We can't do that without the courier stations or the camel markets. But yeah, we do get the 1% bonus there. So we're slightly faster. Alright, so we'll head off. It's going to be 44 days for us to get there. And our regent, as usual, will be our younger brother. So again, we've seen this event, what's this, the 4th time now? So we're going to go with this option whenever it's this wording. And it's harmless. Interesting. So a quarrelsome lot. Have we seen these events? I feel like we have not. So we'll read this one. As we trek through Ventador, our caravan has stopped at a clearing bordered by dense undergrowth. I proceed towards the commotion only to find Pierre Raymond and Albert having an irate row. So this is our knight, and one who's been serving as our commander. And this is that Albert the Craven, which we picked him up early on here, and he's nothing but trouble. So buck up, you sniveling little churl, and fight me. Show me your worth. A craven like you has no right being on this journey. Pierre Raymond spits at the ground. Albert merely cowers in fear, weeping silently to himself. Wow. So because they come now, surely you two can make amends. This is a diplomacy challenge with very little chance of success that we'll actually be able to talk them down. Or we haven't the time for your petty squabbling. I feel like with a diligent character, I mean, we'd try to make amends. We'll probably fail though. And then here Raymond might actually leave our entourage. Okay, I don't think that means he leaves your court though. I think they go back home. Yeah, I think that's the one we would do though. Yeah, I don't think we'd say this. I'm not like the angriest character or anything. So we're gonna go with that option, and we did fail. Not surprising at all. Did they both leave though, or did just Albert? Well, that doesn't matter. I suppose it matters for safety, but... Alright, so we've arrived at the hunt. We gotta wait for the rest of the members to get here in about a week. And so yeah, this hunt is gonna be with the Falcons again. So we'll see if we're successful, though I did not set up what we're doing here. We don't need to do the recreation. I don't think there's anybody we want to murder. I'm going to kind of look in here and see. Could murder Count Robert. He could try and murder us as well. Maybe just befriend somebody, though. We're not really here for murder. Let's see if we can't find anybody who we might want to make friends with. Oh, our son is here. And look at that glorious beard he's got. Wow, look at that. He's got a hell of a mane going around there. Just 18 years old. Looking glorious. Yeah, let's befriend our son. Absolutely. Since he is a fellow duke. Alright, so seen this event before, so it's time to begin the hunt. We'll see if we're successful or not. So again, this is the same one that keeps popping up for us, and we just keep failing the hunt. And don't even get any options because it's so quick. I don't even get any options to try and befriend our son. And we only gained the 3 experience this time, even less than the 5 we generally get. So that just went horrible. I mean, you still get the prestige, though. Yeah, overall, not a good hunt. Not even remotely close to being successful. Alright, so again, we've seen this event before, and that's with our supposed acclaimed knight. He's not actually an acclaimed knight. Yeah, he's one of our better knights, though. He's talking smack, saying he'd be better duke than us. I mean, really not surprising, given he's a former peasant leader who rebelled against us. And he's also stupid, and this is a stupid thing to do. So it makes perfect sense that it would be him that's in this. So last time we dueled over this, and I think as a brave character, that's exactly what we'd do. You're not going to just talk smack to us, and then we're not going to do anything. Now he is most likely going to win this. We'd get the increased stress gain, travel companion opinion would be reduced. But yeah, he has a better prowess than us, so he's going to probably win it. Yeah, he did win the fight, and so we got wounded. But that's exactly what I think we would have done as a brave character. So this is fine. So the bishop this time is the sick one, and we've been trying to boost opinion with him. So we should let him rest and recover fully. We could also try and get him treated. That'd be an option as well. So let me see what the difference here is. So with this one, you know, we're delayed by 21 days, and the bishop would, well, every patient entourage member would get a 5+ opinion. The bishop would get a 20+ opinion and would lose the ill trait. Or we can talk to our doctor and ask if he could treat him. I mean, yeah, that makes the most sense. Probably can't do this option unless you have your doctor with you, of course, and you gotta have a doctor. But yeah, that's clearly the better option. So yeah, we'll go with that one. And so he's no longer wounded, and or no longer ill, I should say. And we also boost his opinion, which is something we were trying to work on doing. So we almost have it up to where we want it. We'll go on to continue doing the scheme. But that is going to be the last time we do it. I know I said that already. But yeah, I really want to try to romance our spouse. So yeah, we're going to do that after we finish this up here, if I remember, since that would actually have to be next episode. I was trying to get us back home in this video, but that's not going to happen. This will be the last event that we're dealing with here. We did get the increased military presence. So there's a fire in the forest. I'm going to move through this a little bit quicker because I need to end the episode. Basically, we're in the forest and there's a fire. A vibrant smell, perhaps campfire. Turn around to my entourage and observe the caravan master's of his face. Fire, he screams, pointing at the not so distant flames, and it's Valoran, our doctor that is trapped. So you can tell our caravan master to save him, 90% chance he'll die. We can instead send Pierre, and results in a 7% chance that Pierre gets wounded and Valoran dies. Where you say, I will save Valoran myself. I felt like as a brave character and a doctor that has saved us on multiple occasions, that we would do this despite the 16% chance that the doctor dies with that option. Yeah, we're just going to hop on into it, guys. We don't even care. Let's save him. And we were able to rescue him successfully, though we did get wounded. And of course, he successfully treated us immediately. And god damn it, I had it paused. But then I unpaused it. And yeah, I'm not sure what any of this is about. Basically, we got another duel demanded. Okay. So we'll fight it as we usually do. And it's very low chance of success because his prowess is absolutely fantastic. Wow. Alright, so we'll likely lose this. But yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, so we've arrived back home. At least we were able to finish that. We had to keep on pausing the game here after these events. I was trying to end that there. Alright, so we got back home. We lost that duel. Again, not surprising at all, considering how much higher his prowess was than our own. And I don't think we recruited him because we lost that duel. Yeah, we did not recruit him currently. This character is our best knight, which I don't know how I feel about this guy now. After his talking smack to us, and then him defeating us in a duel there. Now, we're not a vengeful character, so... But still, I don't know. I don't know that we tolerate somebody like that. We didn't tolerate the last guy. So let me know what you guys are thinking about our knight there, what we should do about him. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure you have a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one. And thanks for watching.